take to the airwaves with SAT-scan television. We have a repeater located up on Cougar Mountain. We transmit on 70 centimeters. It's a crossband repeater. Puts out images at 1.2 gigahertz. So far this evening, I saw a faint image of N720 Jim and heard WW7N James check in. Is there anybody else that would like to check in this evening for the net?
AD7QKU. So far, no sign of leak.
Okay, we got Ron, KD7QKU. Anybody else like to check in? Hearing none at this time, I'd like to pause for a few seconds in case anybody needs to make an emergency contact or needs to use the repeater to make a contact. So I'll pause for a few seconds and then we'll get underway with our net for this evening for the Western Washington Amateur Television Society on the 08 repeater. Hearing none, let's see if Jim is out there, N7QO.
Thank you, Dave. N7QO. Well, let's see, what can I say here? Today I ran a bunch of errands in the morning, and then in the afternoon I've been working around the house. And so now is fun time, at least for an hour or so. A little chilly in the shack here. I'm showing 63 degrees in the shack, and I'm showing 72 degrees outside. It was a nice day. No precip at the house. The winds never got anything worse than light. And let's see. I have a bunch of rabbits running around the neighborhood. Cottontails all over the place. That's about all from me for now. KD7ZYM and 7QO.
N7QO, you had about a P2 picture coming across what I'm seeing on your 434 transmission this evening on 70 centimeters. So let's go to James, WU7N.
Well, oh my goodness. Looks like I've got the yellow echoey thing. So let me get back on camera here and remove the high access security device. Well, tonight guys, here I've got something to share with everybody. If you like beer, this is a Trader Joe product, Both Swain's Chocolate Stout. Wow, I got a lot of roll on my picture. Let me pause for a second. Dave, have you seen that roll?
If I'm getting a roll at this location in Lake City also.
No roll in Eastgate.
Okay, well, anyway, looks like when I go direct from my screen to my transmitter, I don't get it. Looks like my ID is okay, but then when I try to go to a picture, it's not nearly as stable. I wonder what's up with that. I'll try lighting change a little later. Maybe it matters what the contrast on the picture is, how much dark and how much light there is. Anyway, I don't know if you saw it because it was jumping around on my 1.2 feedback, but there is the product. And chocolate stout doesn't taste, in my opinion, very chocolatey, but it's a very passable brew. Good job, Trader Joe's. Likewise, good day today for doing outdoor stuff. I spent much of the day detailing a car. I got a lot of progress done on that. I tell you, a car is kind of like a house. If you just do nothing to it, it just adds up and adds up. I don't think this gentleman ever did anything as far as cleaning his car is concerned. And my goodness, every time I thought I was making a little progress, I'd find a new pile of dirt that had to be taken care of. So anyway, that's what I spent my day doing, and thanks for the temperature report, because it makes me realize for some reason my temperature gauge is completely blank. I don't know what happened with that. I just replaced the batteries. Maybe it finally gave up the ghost, and I'll have to spend another $10 or $12 for a new one. That's it for me this round. This is James, WW7N. I'm going to turn it back to net control.
Connected, N7KC.
And this is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. And the net acknowledges N7KC is checked in with Metrolink. So let's go to Ross, 87 QKU.
Okay, this is KD7QKU. I just trying to hook up with Lee here on Skype. So anyway, I need to make one little adjustment before I put him on, I guess. So, let's see. I got 70.3 outside. It was a nice day. I'm trying to think of what I did. Let's see, what did I do? Nothing too important. Went for a little walk. Well, I watered some plants. I watered all the plants on the pots and everything on the patio and around the house. Made some hummingbird food, and I put some bird seeds out for the birds. Just kind of fussed around all morning. I think I did say I went for a walk. Went for a little walk. So anyway, let me do one thing, and then we can get Lee on. So hang on. Okay, let's go to N7KC.
Got it yet. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. This is N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. It does help if you plug the headset all the way into the phone. I started out with not having any audio. Okay, good evening. Obviously Ron is here, and I saw James as I came on, and I know David's there because I heard him. I don't know if anybody else is there or not, but I'll catch on and say howdy a little later. Well, I'm sorry to be late, but I was after the West Coast slow speed TWNet. My friend over in North Linwood up at Picnic Point called me, and we've been ride queuing in TW, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I've got another net. So I excused myself and ran down here. And so there you go. A really nice day in Port Angeles. We hit 70 degrees today, according to the car thermometer. And catch this, I spent this morning writing my bio and getting a couple of pictures for QRZ.com. So I uploaded my bio there, and 2 or 3 pictures, 2 or 3 photos. So if you're interested in seeing my actually my transmitting setup for high frequency on 80 meters, take a peek at it. I got both yards mowed today, and I got the north yard weed eated. So tomorrow I have to finish the south yard by weed eating, and then I'm going to go out in the very north, the big long parking strip by Samara out here. And I'm going to set the mower on high, and I'm going to go through there and mulch that, knock that all down. It's got big rocks there, so people can't park in that strip, so it's kind of a nuisance, and there's a lot of little, small rocks, but if I set the mower really high, they don't get sucked up into the blade, so it doesn't hurt it. Ran out of time. Well, next time. N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles, back to net. Thanks, Ron.
N7KC, thanks for joining the net. And this is Dave, 87ZYM. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net. I'm Dave, 87ZYM. And Boy, talk about beautiful weather again today. I got a chance to get out and run some errands. Got a chance to have lunch out on a patio at a restaurant. That was kind of nice today. Came home and got a bunch of chores done around the house. And it seems like the day just kind of came to an end once I caught up with the evening newscast. And here we are in a nice net this evening with Jim N7QO, James WU7N, 87QKU, Ron, N7KC Lee, and myself, 87ZYM. So let's see, looking out at the thermometers here in the shack, I've got about 77 degrees inside, and outside I'm showing 67. And before the net, I went out to check and see how my antennas were doing for pointing in the right direction. I've got a couple of crows that have been thinking my backyard is a nice place to hang out. And so they let me know when I went out a few minutes ago that I didn't have permission to be in my backyard. And boy, they kind of flew down and wanted to scratch my hair, I think. Anyway, trying to tell me I was not invited in my own backyard, so we'll see how that progresses. Last time I had that happen, they had a little chick that was learning to fly but was on the ground in my backyard, and boy, they were very protective of that. So I waited about 3 days until the fledgling finally made it out of the yard, and things were safe to get out there. So anyway, I hope we come to an agreement because I'm going to fire up the smoker here pretty soon and do some ribs, so we'll see what happens with that. So that's what's happening here in Lake City. This is Dave, 87ZYM. So let's go to N7QO, Jim, the Bunny Rabbit King. WU7N, WU7N, welcome aboard.
Well, I don't know if you want me to take it, Dave. All I heard on both my handheld and on Echolink was what sounded like doubling occurring. I didn't hear anything from Jim. Want to give him another try?
Sure, we'll see what happened there. N7QO, Jim, are you up and about?
Can you hear me now okay?
Well, if you were on a cell phone, I hear you fine.
Okay. Does that mean this is the first transmission you heard?
Negative, we had you earlier. We were talking about the rabbits in your backyard.
Okay, but how about this last transmission where I suggested that maybe the crows departed Ron's backyard for your backyard?
Negative, I didn't hear that. I heard the key down on the repeater, but there was no modulation on the signal. But now there's modulation as well as the carrier.
Oh well, I will try it again in that case. Well, let's see. Yeah, Dave, I suggested that rabbits might be preferable to crows. At least the rabbits don't try to poke my eyes out. However, rabbits do leave behind a mess. And Jim, your picture is not rolling. Your picture looks good to me every time this evening. And let's see, chocolate stout. I don't know if I would appreciate chocolate in beer, but my wife might. But anyway, interesting. At least it's not a strong chocolate flavor. Back to you, Dave, and 7QO.
Well, you made it this round okay, Jim. So let's go on to James, WU7N.
Okay, Dave, this is James WU7N with the Western Washington Amateur Television Society. So I guess I should put an ID up here. There's the ID. And something I found when I was looking, Lee, for your picture of your HS setup, I found this picture of Bob, who just texted me and said he had had a rather harsh and long day actually working for a living, and so he would not be with us tonight. But I said, well, he should get some rest and take care of himself. So anyway, that's it. I just thought I would say that I did find that picture. I did not find the picture of your HS setup, so I'll have to look some more while others are having their turn tonight. Yeah, the chocolate stout doesn't really taste very chocolatey, but it's still a dark beer kind of thing. It is 5% alcohol, so I guess you shouldn't drink it and then try and drive or something, but it kind of has a dark beer soda flavor taste to it. Anyway, that it's probably bad, and by bad I mean not actually turned to vinegar. It's just been stored too long, and I was wondering if there was any way to extract the alcohol out of it to burn in a backpacking stove without investing a bunch of money in expensive equipment. I don't know if anybody's had an experience with that or not. That's the technical question of the evening. And it would have to be, wine is something like 14% alcohol by volume. I think you got to get up to, I think 70% isopropyl alcohol will burn in the stove. Someone told me if you get up to about 50%, it will hold a flame in the little backpacking stove. So that's my question for tonight. Does anybody know any clever ways to do that? So with that, let's see. I think I've just burned up most of my 3 minutes. So let me put an ID up here. And this is WU7N. Let me turn it back to net control.
WU7N. Let's go on to Ron, 87, QKU.
Okay. Good evening, I guess, Jim and James and Dave and Lee, and I guess that's it. Richard, K7ITX, are you out there someplace? I thought maybe Richard was up. He sent me a text last night. I guess he did a little HF. I think if I have to look at my text, I think he said 40 meters. He talked to somebody on 40 meters. He was kind of thrilled about that. I don't know how many contacts he made on HF, but apparently the band was open a little bit. I think he said 40 meters. I'll have to look again. But anyway, yeah, good for Richard. So let's see what else. Well, we're kind of getting ready. We're going to go out to the Mike's property on the Key Peninsula Saturday, and so I guess it won't be on the net Saturday night. I didn't remember now. I put some water and some pop and stuff in the morning, bottled water and stuff in the morning. I gassed it up the other day. Started the four-wheeler up the other day. I'm going to take the four-wheeler with me. I'm going to load it in the trailer. Some kids are coming out, and I thought they could ride it. I'll ride it as soon as they can ride it too. I'm sure I'll bring some home. One of the other sisters, Jenny, my wife's niece, and her husband, they have their kids. They have a bunch of little motorcycles, so if they come, they'll bring half a dozen or more little motorcycles, but I don't know that they're coming. We haven't heard from them. I know one lady and her husband are going to be there, and they have some motorcycles. I asked Lisa if it would be okay with her if they rode the four-wheeler, and she said yes. So I'll bring it. I had to go get some gas for it. I went over to Grange yesterday and got some of that non-alcoholic gas. I had some in a can, and I looked up the date on it. I usually put a piece of masking tape and write the date. It was 2016, so it was like 3 years old. So I decided I didn't want to pour that in, and I have enough trouble with it. There's no gas in it, so I went and got some fresh. Rode it up the block a couple times and seemed to be working fine. So I think I'm good to go. All right, let's go over to M7KC.
Okay, looks like I'm online here. N7KC Lee in Port Angeles. Very good. Well, this is a big weekend coming up here, too. I'm going to try to show... I'm going to see if I can get the picture up there that I put on QRZ. Yes, there it is. It actually came up. I don't know whether you can make anything of that or not. But anyway, I did it. I wrote a little bio to go with it. Well, the thing is that I've been talking to a lot of people on these CW nets, and everybody wants to get a look at you and so forth. And I have to say, QRZ has been very handy for me to go and check out, what's going on. This is the big waterfront. Wait a minute. That's not right. This is the Wanda Fuca Festival this weekend here in Port Angeles. It's a mini folk festival like they have in Seattle. It will start, I think, sometime Friday, and it goes through Monday. And they have 3 stage venues that they have set up. They have all kinds of entertainers and all that. And the food vendors, and all that sort of thing. Pretty standard. So we didn't buy tickets for the whole thing this year. We're just going to go potluck on it. Going to go down and wander around and see what's going on. And, let's see. I don't have much else, to be honest. See if I can stop sharing this, there, I'll get back to me. There, it's way fast. And even with Jim, and by the way, Jim, I didn't hear a word that you said on that one round, but I don't have any trouble identifying who you are, that's for sure. I know it's been better, so we know who it is. Let's see, I think I better quit. I've only got 16 seconds left. N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Third party, courtesy of Echo Lincoln Ron, back to net.
N7KC, Lee, and thanks to Ron, 87QKU, for bringing your pictures here on the net this evening. And this is Dave, 87DYM. Getting back to James in regards to separating alcohol. When I was up on the North Slope in Alaska covering the oil pipeline, alcohol was forbidden up in the North Slope. And the problem was that people would buy the alcohol, hard liquor, and then leave it outside till it really froze set temperature. The alcohol rose to the top of the bottle, and it was like pure white lightning. Then the guys would manage to try to drink it. And unfortunately, it was kind of like Lysol going down because it was so cold. It was freezing the esophagus, and the guys trying to be creative with finding this alcohol use. Well, that didn't go over too big, so that's why they banned it up there. But if you get it cold enough, the alcohol will rise to the top of the vessel, and you'll be able to capture 100% alcohol. And the chocolate here sounded very interesting. I kind of like Bailey's with hot chocolate. I find that's a nice little winter type drink. Enjoy that a lot. So that's pretty much what I've got to say for that. So let's move back up to Jim in 720.
N7QO. Well, that's interesting. I had not thought about that one. That getting it ultra cold would cause the alcohol to separate. Prior to you mentioning that, I would have said it might not be a good idea to use any sort of alcoholic beverage because there are other items in there which may cause the jets on the stove to clog. So I would just stick with real stove alcohol, which is probably pretty pure, pretty well refined. But that might be a worthwhile experiment. Experiment with it at the house a little bit. Get the stuff really cold and see whether or not it clogs the jets. You'll be able to clean them without too much trouble, I guess, if you're at the house. Might need some tiny wire or something, but worth a thought. I don't know. There probably isn't a whole lot of alcohol in one can of beer, though, in order to do that. And I remember hearing some numbers in the past regarding what the percentage is in order to reach a flammable point, but I don't remember what it was, and I certainly have no way of verifying it. Probably somewhere on the internet, but I don't know, Jim. I would stick with some real stove alcohol. That's my 2 cents. K7ZYM and 7QO.
N720. Thanks for your wisdom coming out there. This is the Western Washington Amateur Television Society net on the 08 repeater on day 87CYM. So let's move on down to James, WW7ATS, that's trying to ruin good alcoholic beverages by sucking the alcohol off and just leaving the prune juice behind.
Oh, thank you, Dave. As always, I knew I would get some good ideas out of the group here. The sensible thing to do is to throw the old, outdated wine. It's white wine, and the first hint that it's not very good is that it's now brown wine. Sensible thing to do would be throw it away. But of course, that would be just like a can of WD-40. You don't want to let the old wine win, now do you? So anyway, the freezing is a good idea. I had not thought of that. I'll have to try and figure out if there's some temperature environment I could put these bottles in and freeze them down and pour off the top. But my goodness, I couldn't imagine anyone trying to drink this, especially if you'd extracted it by freezing, because the alcohol would be so cold. But if it comes into contact with your skin, it would be essentially like a chemical burn. It would be so cold it would just freeze your skin instantly. I can't imagine anyone doing that. A good thought on clogging up the jets of the alcohol stove. One nice thing about it, the stoves I make for this purpose are made out of 2 tin cans, so if you ruin them, you can always just throw it in the recycle bin and make another one. I would suggest a crow training device, and they can be purchased at Big 5 Sporting Goods. And I have even some BBs that you could borrow. And I'm sure crows being crows, I think you learn pretty quickly that it's not good to hang out in your backyard. But I don't know. Maybe it's a live and let live kind of thing there. Your mention of Bailey's. Yeah, that's one of my favorites, too. I don't even think there's very much alcohol in Bailey's, is there? I know there's a little bit. But it's just cream and yummy stuff mixed together that goes great in cocoa. I know that much. Anyway, I'll have to let you know if this works. I'm fairly certain if you use fractional distilling, you could get the ethanol off of the soured wine, probably with a minimum of contaminants, but I don't have a fractional distiller, and as you would find in the chemistry lab. As far as how much you would get, not very much per bottle of wine. Just probably, this is why sensible backpackers just go to Home Depot and buy a can of denatured alcohol. That's probably a much faster route than this. I'll let you know if anything comes successfully of it. So anyway, that's it for me this round. This is James. There's the ID, WW7ATS. And let me turn it back to Net Control.
WU7N, 87DYM. Let's move over to Ron, 87QKU.
Okay, this is KD7QKU. Well, I think I saw Jerry on there for just a minute, so you might add him to the net, Dave. I don't know if you saw him or not. And I don't see any rolling in anybody's pictures. Everybody's picture is stable. Well, I've probably told this story before, but I like cream de mint in my cocoa. It's really good. So we'd always take that, instant cocoa mix when we went hiking. And we went with the church group one time, and we did we hiked from Darrington over to Lake Chelan by Mount Index. It was Glacier Peak. Glacier Peak. And so we were gone for a few days, and so it seemed like every night somebody broke something out. So one night I broke out my cream de mint, and I told everybody to make some cocoa, or instant cocoa, and I went around poured a little bit in their cocoa, and it was a big hit. But I don't know if they ever knew it was cream de mint or what it was, but they sure liked it. And wife was upset with me. So we made it. So anyway, another thing that people did that was really good is that when we got up where there was snow, you would pack your cups full of snow, and then you'd make some really strong Kool-Aid, and you'd pour over the snow so you had a snow cone. So that was good. And I don't know, maybe you've tried that instant ice cream. Some people, will bring instant ice cream. It's not the best, but when you're out a few days, it's pretty good. So, anyway, what else? I don't know how to extract alcohol from wine. I think the freezing was a pretty good idea. I guess you could make a still. You could boil it or something and get it out, but that sounds to me like a lot of work. Let's go over to M17C and see if he has a good idea. Oh, and James, when it comes back around, what did you ever do with that WD-40? We talked about drilling holes in the can and draining it out and putting it into a spray container. Did you ever do that? So maybe you can tell us. N7KC, go ahead.
Okay, I have to wait until the button lights up on my phone before I can transmit. N7KC, Lee in Port Angeles. Well, listen, James, I do have a fractional skill, and I have some very interesting stories about distilling wine into ethyl alcohol. When my father-in-law died about, it was 2001, so it's close to 20 years ago now, he was into making fruit wines, blackberry, and all that sort of stuff. And anyway, he had about, he had 5-gallon carboys that he had made into wine, but he never got anything with, and it had sat for a long time. So it occurred to me that there's probably a lot of ethyl in that. And so I set up a distillation apparatus with a very fine thermometer down in it, and a nice condenser on the output of a flask and a regular laboratory heating unit. And I was able to recover 55 pints of ethyl alcohol from those carboys. And the interesting thing about it was I triple distilled it, and every time I made a pass on it, the alcohol got better. And finally, on the last pass, the fusel oils, you've heard of fusel oil. In fact, you know, people swirl their wine in a glass, and when they see the fingers come down, I don't know, I guess they think that's a sign of a good wine. Well, in fact, those fingers that come down are higher order alcohols, which in fact are actually lumped together into what's called fusel oil. And I can tell you that on the third or fourth distillation, at the bottom of the flask would be a button of this stuff that looked like melted butter, a yellow substance. And by using the thermometer, you could stop the distillation when you knew the alcohol had come off the top. Anyway, that oil that was left, that yellow stuff, was about as stinky as anything you can imagine. And I can't imagine, you know, most people, hang on, I want to reset. I don't know whether I did or not. I didn't hear any beep. Anyway, I am 7KC in Port Angeles here. Anyway, so I had a lot of fun doing that. I learned a lot. I did a lot of research on it, and when I was all done, you can't make anhydrous ethyl alcohol because it's so hygroscopic. You have it, even in a distillation apparatus, you've got to have some air around, and so it sucks up moisture like you wouldn't believe. But I had something like, judging by the specific gravity of it, I had something in the order of 98% pure ethyl alcohol and didn't have any fusel oils in it. It was really, really fun and interesting. Well, what I've used, I still have some, I use it for cleaning circuit boards. And so it's a wonderful solvent for making solder flux, you know, putting the resin in it, and also cleaning circuit boards, which I did a lot of back those days. Okay. Oops. I guess I'm probably out of time again. I forgot to reset my timer, so I better quit. And I also have something to say about the alcohol-water mixture, maybe next time. This is N7KC in Port Angeles, back to net.
N7KC, this is 87CYN. I'd like to thank Ron for bringing your video crew on the net this evening. Well, I don't know, since we're talking about alcohol a little bit, one summer I'd gone up to Marysville and they had their strawberry festival. I was introduced to strawberry daiquiri, and I thought, man, that is a great thing. Well, several weeks later, I found myself up in Fairbanks at this cowboy bar, and I said, hey, how about a strawberry daiquiri? And the guy looked at me and he says, young man, you're in Alaska. This just doesn't happen. So I said, okay, so I chose another drink. But that was an experience that I found one should not move into in Alaska if you're looking for some sweet drinks. Well, let's see if Gary's out there, M7HYB. N7HYB, we saw your ID and video, but so far no audio.
Well,
I think I doubled with you. Go ahead, try again, Gary. N7HYB.
needs some light.
It doesn't have any tone. You don't have the right tone here.
N7HYB, possibility you don't have the right tone. N7HYB, Q7CYM, possibility you don't have the right tone programmed into the OA computer. let's go back up to Jim, N720.
N7QO. Well, it sounds to me like he's trying to transmit. Gary, if you're on your HT, maybe try your 706 or something. We can't seem to hear you. I'm getting good video from Gary right now. So let me go away and see if Gary can say anything to us now. N7QO. Go. That was a double. Was that you, Gary? Try it again. Louder.
What happens when we don't have the tone? Ride the tail of the other person's phone.
I believe it's transmitting on the hang time before the repeater shuts down. So that's what was happening. You can really only talk during that period, which is a few seconds.
Yeah, I don't have his phone number. If anyone has his phone number, maybe try calling. Have you had?
You should be able to hear the output of the 08 repeater in these locations. Let's see what happens here. Modifying the radio channel.
Hey Gary, you don't have the right tone there about WW7ATS.
Do I have it now? K7HYB.
You got it. 87ZYN.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was on my handy-talkie and I was on the wrong channel. It didn't have the right tone loaded. So, even though I was on 08, even though I was on 08, I lost the channel apparently. So, whatever. Okay, so all I did was rattle on. Go back to you, Dave. Back to you, K7HYB.
Well, why don't you go ahead and take the net at this point. We didn't get anything that you had outside of adjustments, sort of getting your audio up and going. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I just gave you a bit of a weather report here was all. No rain today at my location. Well over an inch and a half in the last 7 days. No wind today. The temperature was about 3 o'clock this afternoon. It was about 78 degrees, and it's about 67 right now. So that's about it. I just put that on, and I was kind of chiding James about having him coming up with some cockamamie idea about about doing something. What do you need? Do you stay up at night trying to read these things up, James? Back to you, Dave. K7ZYM.
Okay, we got you there. Well, let's move up again to the top. We'll go to Jim, N7QO.
Thank you, Dave. N7QO. Well, good evening, Gary and Rich. Let's see here. What was I going to say? Lee? Yeah, sounds like someone you know has been doing some serious bootlegging there. I have friends who make their own alcoholic refreshments, but it sounds pretty sophisticated there. That's good. And also, you didn't hear a tone. There is no courtesy tone on this machine right now. I'm sure it'll be back eventually. Let's see, Dave. Yeah, you don't ask for a strawberry daiquiri in Alaska. Sorry. I guess you find that out eventually. But what can we say about that? Let's see. Jim, Ron was asking you what happened to that unpressurized WD-40 can that you were asking about. And I'm curious, what about the scratch on your car? Were you ever able to get it to go away? And Jim, I'd say this is what you kind of need. I don't know if you can resolve what it says, but it's your basic denatured alcohol. I don't know. That's my thought. Yeah, Lee, father-in-law. Fruit wines? Just curious. Do you know if you made any sangria? I'm not a... Oh, let me reset. I certainly am not a wine aficionado, but I have to say that I had some sangria once, which was truly delicious. Just curious if your father-in-law made any of that. KD7ZYM and 7QO.
N7QO, let's go on to James, WW7ATS.
Oh, so many questions and so little time. I guess I should start with the WD-40 can. What happened? This is going to be funny. After Lee Sage advised the best thing to do with the depressurized WD-40 can was to simply throw it away, and then Ron's advice of use a church key, just poke a hole in it and drain out what you wanted to use and use it that way. Those were really good ideas and logical things to do, so of course I didn't do them. What I did with the WD-40 can, I figured after Lee's analysis of how much pressure might potentially be on the inside of the can, I decided the most important thing was building a containment vessel should anything go wrong. So I got welding gloves and a apron and a large 5-gallon bucket of water, and I figured I did get the valve, and I got all this ready to go, and then it occurred to me at the last minute, if it did blow up, that would mean the WD-40, water displacement formula 40, would blow up right inside the water. So I was kind of wondering if that would be sort of like mixing matter and antimatter together. See if the WD-40 can was truly out of pressure, and guess what? The WD-40 just started coming out. And apparently the little straw inside of the can can get clogged, and it's temperature related. So maybe this can did have pressure in it, but there was some contaminant or a coagulated little bit of mineral spirits in there that blocked the tube, and so when it heated up here recently, the tube came clear. So not meaning to let all this preparation go to waste, I started looking around for other cans in my garage that might have lost their pressure, and I'll be darned if everything didn't have pressure all of a sudden, including an absolutely ancient can of contact cleaner that's I convinced is from the 70s. A scratch in the car. Potential buyer for car came by today and noticed the scratch, and I said, well, I'd give it a shot with a clear coat pen and see if I can get rid of that little scratch. I think that will work, but not as easy as the clear coat pen commercials allegedly say. There's a little more to it, and I've done some research on YouTube on that. I think that answered most of the questions, other than say, Lee, that's impressive what you did. I've done enough research on trying to get the ethanol as a fuel out of the wine, and man, if you got up to over 90% ABV without hygroscopic contamination of the water, that is really some serious chemistry. I tip my hat to you. Anyway, that's it for me here. This is James, WU7ATS. There's the ID. And let me turn it back to Net Control.
WU7N, James. Let's go on to Ron, 87, 2KU, and Lee, N7KC.
Okay, well, I'm sitting here kind of laughing. Well, James, good. It sounds like you were able to salvage some of that stuff. That's great. So I'm still not sure what you're going to do with the scratch. Did you purchase some scratch repair, or are you just researching it? Maybe you're just researching it. And then when he was over here the other day, he talked about a smell in the car. And I just wonder what he did for the smell. Ozone generator, I guess. It's telling about an ozone generator. But I don't know if that would work or not. I guess it will. I know I told him when I was a kid, I worked for a used car. And we used to scrub them with this Tide water to get in. So almost take a hose and soak them down the seats and everything, and then scrub them and vacuum them. And of course it was used their moisture in the box. They put them on, let them dry. Taking them about a week to dry out with all the insulation and everything got wet. But it would clean them up. Sometimes we would dye them, the upholstery dye. So you just dye them a little bit darker than original so that the stains would show up. Actually, no, it came out really nice. All right, Lee, that was quite a story. You didn't drink any of the wine, even though it was old. I think it was still drinkable. It was good. I remember one time I made some wine, and there was a guy across the street. I don't know if he was Italian or not, but he made a bunch of wine. And I said I was going to try to make some Concord grape wine. He told me it wouldn't be any good. I'd just waste my time. He said, I got some underneath the house. He said, I'll go get some and I'll show you. So he crawled underneath his house. He had a lot of crawl space, really. I never did go into there. I don't know how much wine he had in it, but came out with a gallon jug. He opened this gallon jug and poured it out, and it was almost effervescent, and it was the best wine. It was Concord grape, the purple Concord grape. It was the best wine. Oh my goodness, it was good. So I drank it, and I said, oh man, this was good. He looked at me kind of funny. So he got another glass, and he poured some up for himself. He said, this isn't bad. So it's been there in the house a long time. So anyway, Lee, maybe you missed out on a good thing. All right, let's go to N7KC.
Okay, there I got my button lighted up. N7KC in Port Angeles. So James, I have very, very nice laboratory equipment, to be honest. I still have it, by the way. And an interesting aside here, father-in-law was into making what he called plum duff. And basically it was plums, it was a fruit, and he would distill it, and then when it got to a certain point, he would kill the yeast by putting a little bit of vodka in it, and so forth. Now it turns out, after he died, and we cleaned out the garage, I found 3 bottles of plum duff that had been labeled and everything, and they were still full. They were corked. And the corks had been, I guess they were wet or something like that, so I kept them. Uh-oh. Am I okay now? Test. It isn't working. Okay, something wrong. I guess back. I have a lot more to talk about this. Anyway, back to Net.
We're still hearing your audio, Lee.
How about now? Oh, okay. Well, I know we're down to the end of the net's the problem. But anyway, so father-in-law makes all this plum duff, and I get 3 or 4 bottles of it that had been bottled in the middle 70s. Okay, that makes it, 40 years, 47 years, 45 years old. So just for fun, we opened the bottle of that here a couple of years ago. It was wonderful. It was just wonderful. Anyway, it was amazing. We were keeping it for special occasions. We had some friends over, and people got to sample that plum duff. Anyway, it was just outrageous. So I still have 2 or 3 bottles, and on very, very special occasions, we'll crack one of those bottles. But I was telling James, I have very fancy laboratory equipment, very, very fine distillation thermometers, and I was really into the chemistry of it. Still am, actually, but I haven't hooked that stuff up. I still have all the equipment, but I haven't done anything like that for 20 years. Anyway, okay, I better quit. 7-3, guys. This has really been fun, and I look forward to the next time. And with that, this is Lee in 7KC, our import Angeles, and I'm going to send it back to Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
In 7KC, and thanks to Ron, KD7QKU, and Echolink for bringing your video and audio through. And this is Dave, KD7ZYM. Boy, you're talking about all of this home brew stuff. I was doing a story at Washington State Penitentiary a number of years ago, and we went into the area where the motorcycle club was located, and they had a batch of Pruno going, which is, they had a gallon jug with prunes and anything they had in fruit, they'd stuff into the jug, and it would ferment. I don't know where they got their yeast to get it going. But it smelled pretty awful, but I declined trying it out. So anyway, I guess if there's a need, there's somebody that can figure out how to make alcohol out of everything. So that's about what I've got from here. So let's go to Gary, N7, HYB.
Yeah. Read the moniker, Dave. We got the call sign up here for the ID. And good evening all. I can see this coming up at the top of the hour. And so consequently, probably make it short. But yeah, Lee, I wonder if you got any of that left. I'm cleaning circuit boards all the time over here with doing the repair work. Right now, all I have available is the over-the-counter isopropyl alcohol that you can buy, and it really does a fair job, but it doesn't do nearly the job that the good stuff does. Not enough alcohol content to get all of the flux and stuff out of there and clean all the grubbies out. But and I do have a problem with that. What I've been looking for is trying to find some colorless flux, and I did manage to find some desoldering braid from a company I do business with. They had some that has colorless flux already impregnated in the braid for working on the circuit boards and stuff. And oh boy, it's really getting to the top of the hour now. So I better shut up unless somebody else have a thing. But anyway, back to you, Dave. And this is my 73s. I'll try not to be late next time. K7HYB.
K7HYB. I'd like to thank those that run the net this evening as we're running out of time. I'd like to thank the owners and operators of the 08 machine, the CTAC Repeater Group, for allowing us to use the 08 machine on Wednesdays and Saturdays between 8 and 9 o'clock. So on behalf of the Western Washington Amateur Television Society, I'm going to sign off. This is Dave, KD7ZYM. Good evening all.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel Yankee Bravo. Okay, so NH1B on frequency and monitoring.